I've travelled quite a long way from my home in the centre of the Wirral down to Llanfair TH they call it round here, which is a bit simpler. And my friend Alan has taken me the last leg from his home near Denby. Apart from getting an excellent breakfast, I saw a beautiful old bridge with the River Elwy running underneath it, and all the people from the village enjoying themselves splashing about in the water. This really is a great little village centre. The aerial view of the river and the bridge show you that the village is over on one side and the former petrol station, now the cafe where we had breakfast, is over on the right in your picture. As we briefly point the camera downwards, you can see the car park and the front of the cafe. And in case you wondered what day it is, well, it's Bins Day. Moving on from there, we drive up onto the Denby Moors and we're here by the Llyn Lake. I had hoped to fly the drone over this lake and around the surrounding areas looking down into the gorge, but it was so windy up here that I was afraid of losing the drone. I must admit, since we lost one in Tenerife, I've been much more careful with them. My thanks to Alan for chauffeuring us around this little area for our little whistle-stop tour, and thanks Alan also for the double-decker Standerwick coach. Yes, it's just one of his archive photos that I brought to life. Back to the Wirral now.
I used to really enjoy playing guitar, but my dad was really strict and said I was wasting my life on music. I'm glad to be away from all that controlling behaviour. I'd like to get back to playing guitar now I have more freedom. I'd also like to get back to my art. I used to really enjoy drawing. Enough of me. Let's get out and explore more of the Wirral Peninsula.
We'll take you down to Birkenhead, perhaps to Thurston instead, or we'll drink at a coffee bar, take a ride in a vintage car. Welcome to the Wirral. The Wirral has a fun-filled way of filling up your everyday, from West Kirby to Royden Park. In New Brighton we can have a lark. Well, make you welcome on the Wirral.
Well, I'm at Royden Park on the Wirral at Frankby, and we've come here to look at the walled garden, only to find it shuts at 3 o'clock. We've been here in the past at the weekend when the little miniature railway's running, but it's midweek now. It's very quiet. And a friend of mine showed me an app that he got which will listen to birdsong. And it's so quiet here that I thought this was a good place. And the app's called Merlin. At the moment, it's hearing a European robin, a European goldfinch, mallard, Eurasian blackbird, Eurasian wren, and a common chiff-chaff. And that's just now. I was only a few yards from here, and it was totally different. It apparently can't hear a wood pigeon anymore, whereas it could over there. Things change, so it's an interesting app, and we could walk all around this lake and no doubt hear all different birds. So there's something for you. This is part of our exploration of all the wonderful places that we have on the Wirral to go. I know everybody lives somewhere that's got lots of nice places, but this is ours.
We'll take you down to Birkenhead, perhaps to Thurston instead. Or we'll drink at a coffee bar, take a ride in a vintage car. Welcome to the Wirral. fun-filled way of filling up your everyday. From West Kirby to Royden Park, in New Brighton we can have a lark. Welcome to the Wirral. We can take you there by train, and a bus can bring you back again. We can take you there by car, as it really isn't far. Welcome to the Wirral. It's the place you want to be. Welcome to the Wirral. Lots of places you must see. We'll make you welcome on the
Alright, so 2 lines. go opposites. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Right, face your partner, tapping. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Start. Whoa. Whoa. Change. Arm swing. The other one. Go back to your place. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
We'll take you down to Birkenhead, perhaps to Thurston instead, or we'll drink at a coffee bar, take a ride in a vintage car. Welcome to the Wirral. The Wirral has a fun-filled way of filling up your everyday, from West Kirby to Royden Park. In New Brighton we can have a lark. Welcome to the Wirral. We can take you there by train, and a bus can bring you back again. We can take you there by car, as it really isn't far. Welcome to the Wirral. It's the place you want to be. Welcome to the Wirral. Lots of places you must see. We'll make you welcome on the Wirral.
Hi, it's Susie here. We're stepping out of the real world now and heading for the home in a dome. I'm not just the narrator this month, I'm actually taking part and heading for the dome.
Welcome to Domesville. Welcome to Domesville. It's Dome Sweet Dome. It's Dome Sweet Dome. Welcome.
Hello everybody, my name is Suzanne, but everyone calls me Susie. I have written a few books in my life, and I am happy to say they have all sold pretty well. I have also done some broadcast TV work and had a few small acting roles. Some friends of mine showed me an old brochure from a place called Domesville, which had a TV studio built into it. I thought I should go and find it and see if there was any work I could do.
As nice as it is sitting here in the garden, I really want to go on a journey. I have heard about this interesting habitat built inside a big dome in the middle of nowhere. I must find out how to get there. I don't know if they allow cats though, Tammy. I may have to smuggle you in. Mind you, I have to find out how to get there first.
Suzanne takes you down to a country retreat. It's just her and her cat and a few things to eat. She's an author, a writer of the best-selling sort. She's an actor, a speaker, she's a really good sport. She is looking to travel, so how about that? She can't take her horse, but she can take her cat. Packs a bag and a camera, she aims to go far. But there might be a problem with the state of her car. Oh, Domesville, where are you? Please show me the way, for I need to go find you to get there in one day. Welcome to Domesville, it's Dome, sweet Dome. Welcome to Domesville, make your home in a dome.
Welcome to Domesville. Welcome to Domesville. It's Dome, sweet Dome. It's Dome, sweet Dome. Welcome to Domesville.
We make a home in the dome.
Domesville. Domesville.
We make a home in the dome.
Domesville. Domesville. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh.
You're welcome to Domesville, it's Dome, sweet Dome. Welcome
I'm
to
cameraman
Domesville,
Colin,
make your
and I used to work in the dome with the TV company that went bust. I have had to move out but still live in this cabin nearby. I hear that Suzanne has come to the dome. I used to work with her in the city. I will have to go over and say hello in the next few days.
Welcome to Domesville, make your home in a dome.
Life got a little boring for me. Then I saw the Domesville brochure, so I decided to try and find the retreat that was advertised. It's taken me a while to get here because my car broke down and I had to call a garage. They couldn't fix my car and I have had to scrap it. Eventually, I got here by taxi.
That must have been an old brochure. They don't run retreats here anymore. It's been a TV production centre for about 12 months and then they went bust and everyone here lost their jobs. Then Brian took it over because they left a load of video gear behind. Brian makes videos and thought this would be a good place for him to work from. You should try and meet him. I think you two will get on well.
Welcome to Domesville. Welcome to Domesville. It's Dome, sweet Dome. It's Dome, sweet Dome. Welcome to Domesville.
We make a home in the dome.
Domesville.
Oh!
It comes to something when people are having to sleep on the couch. Brian created a bedroom in the dome, but that was just for me. With you and now Susie, we can't keep camping out in the garden. We are all going to need a decent bed to sleep in. I'll contact Brian tomorrow and see what he can do.
We make a home in the dome.
Domesville. Domesville. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh,
Well, it seems you like the AI outtakes, so we've got more for you this month. And as you will have gathered last time, reconfigurable cars. They can do anything in AI. Let's take the 2CV that we use this month. You can see that it's a left-hand drive and we're at the front of the car. Oh no, we're not, we're at the back. And Susie drops her bag on the road. She gets in facing backwards, but somehow drives off facing forwards. We need to take that again, and this time we need her to take the bag with her, although not quite like that. Up to now, the car has had a blank registration plate, but by the time it breaks down in the lane, It's got some sort of bizarre alien registration plate on it. We've made sense of that by the time the recovery truck comes along, and it's now got a D-Reg English registration. It manages to keep its registration all the way to the scrapyard. The registration plate is on a black background until the crusher gets it, and then it turns white. So let's concentrate on the taxi, which I more or less left out completely from the finished video because it keeps changing. It takes off as one type of taxi and arrives as a completely different one. So I didn't actually use that take, but I did later get some footage with a proper English Hackney cab with an LCO2 registration, which managed to cling on for a while. I asked that the taxi drop off Susie outside the dome, but there's no real sign that she did get out of the taxi, and then I asked for it to drive away, and so it reverses towards the dome. There's no logic in this at all. And as much as I tried to get it to drive away from the dome, it kept heading back there. In this shot, there's a woman who isn't Susie walking alongside the taxi while the driver drives off, and note the bus that's arriving. We've seen the AI do this before. It pulls up sideways on the road to stop and pick up and drop off people. The bus never really stops, Susie steps out anyway, and the bus just fades away. I asked the AI to try a different bus, and this time it got totally confused, and we have a sort of hybrid bus. The original taxi's appeared now from the Country Lane incident, and it's driving towards the bus with a near collision on the cards. Now, how on earth it invented this bus, I have no idea. It's got the front of a right-hand drive bus alongside some steps going up that probably belong more at the rear or the side of a bus. And as we watch that again, we seem to have a sideways on bus with the driver at the top of the steps and its left-hand drive again. A few other bits you may have noticed. When we were in the dome and Roger came in to sit down, there wasn't a seat underneath him. But that's okay, one will appear. Here's some totally unrelated footage that I've never actually used, featuring one of my favourite motorhomes. It's a Heimer. The Heimer doesn't have an entrance by the cab. You get in at the caravan door halfway down. At one point when I was getting so fed up with road vehicles, I even thought I'd bring in Susie by helicopter, but I decided against it and asked it to morph the helicopter into a sports car. For some reason, AI only does half the job. It did the morph into the sports car, but forgot to remove the helicopter. Another near crash. And that's it. Time for us to take off. Until next time. One of my favourite pieces of photography was taking the sunset over there across Gosport from the top of the Spinnaker Tower. I went up there, stayed there until the sunset because it really was quite a scene. Getting near sunset now, and we're down here again in Portsmouth, and yesterday we went to explore all the work they've done going up the coast through Southsea towards Eastney. And if we now jump in the time machine, we'll take you back to yesterday when we were just the other side of the water here. It's warm, no, it's hot in Portsmouth to this time. We don't always get that luck, and it brings people out to drink, including me. I've just been in one of those pubs behind me, having a pint. And we're down so near to Gunwharf Quays that it's just across the water behind us. I'm going to do what I shouldn't really. Ruth's holding the camera, and I'm going to turn it around now. Sorry about that. I wanted you to see the crowds behind us first. We've been out to Southsea today. Since we were last here, they've developed all the walkways and the beaches and the promenades all the way up the coast here, through Southsea and as far as Eastney. And they've done a really good job. There's little bits of it still not finished, but we're going to show you most of that. Now I'm going to get Ruth to turn around because the big landmark here, of course, is the Spinnaker Tower, which is right behind me. And it's the thing that we can see from all around the place. It's visible day and night, and we can see it from our travel lodge because we're on the 6th floor. Last time we stayed last year, they put us on the 9th floor. It doesn't make any difference. You can still see the Spinnaker Tower from our bedroom window. By the time we got down to Southsea Beach, it was virtually lunchtime, and the first little cafe we came across was this one right on the beach, and they did some excellent fish and chips with the tartar sauce, and that is what we had. As you walk along the seafront, you have the choice of the pebble beach with some sand if the tide's out. You have a wide promenade you can walk along, and there are also some very nicely landscaped gardens to relax in. This was another one of those spaces we've come across a lot of lately. Loads of room here so that even when there's lots of people out, you don't really feel crowded. This is quite a historic area, and as we head towards Old Portsmouth, you start to see these kind of signs along the front that tell you some of the history and show you some old maps. There's a few jet skis out on the Solent. You'll also see the Isle of Wight ferries going past, and some of the other ferries going further afield down to France and so on. And there's some fairly unique forms of water transport you might spot as well. We're heading towards Southsea Castle, and since I was last here, there are now castle fountains to see. I did try and go into the castle, but there was a wedding on that day. We had a little peep round the corner, and yes, the wedding was in full progress. So the castle fountains it was, mainly for the kids. I didn't see any adults in here, but wouldn't be the first time if one or two of them decided to cool off in this way. We're approaching Clarence Pier now, and this is where you come across the hovercraft service to the Isle of Wight. It's the fastest way to get there. I believe it takes about 10 minutes. And so we've arrived at Clarence Pier, and some refreshments are here. You can have an ice cream, that was popular, or some fresh fruit. For me, I think a cup of coffee is what's called for. At Clarence Pier there's plenty for the kids with the fairground and plenty of other little places to eat and drink. More fish and chips here as well. But we kept going at this point. The Big Dipper was not for us, and we walked through Old Portsmouth where the cathedral is. We visited that last time we were here, but we were heading for the pubs at the far end. Which one did we go in? Well, it was the one with the shortest queue to the bar, and believe me, there were pretty long queues at the bar. And that was a few miles walk along the seafront at Southsea, ending up back in Portsmouth and heading across to Gunwharf Quays. We noticed a couple of new features here, and then in the main square of the shopping centre we noticed they've now got a robot.